Hey folks, welcome to Eastman's Gear Reviews. I'm Ike Eastman, and today we're gonna go through our newest gear review. I've been using these Swagger QD sticks for a couple seasons now, and I wanna walk you through how easy they are to use and how steady they are. Hey, while you're here, make sure you hit the subscribe button, notification bell. Now let's dive into the Swagger QD. QD is quick detach. This allows you to remove this from your rifle and put it on your rifle in the field on the go when you're in that red zone of a stock. Now there's two different types. This is a 42, this is 72. These will go to 72 inches tall. So if you wanted to stand, or 42 inches, which is comfortable kneeling or sitting on your butt. These also will allow you to go a little bit lower and shoot prone if you want to slide the sticks out a little bit. I'm going to take these apart. I'm going to put them on my new Savage. You can see how to put them on and how to attach them, detach them, as well as how to make them steady for that shooting position.
You hit him.
All right, so we're gonna rip this open and actually put it on my rifle. It's really, really simple. It's a couple set screws and it goes right on the front end of your rifle. So let's get into it. So this comes with the adapter and obviously the sticks in this nice little clamshell. This is what it's gonna look like on the shelf, or if you get it in the mail. It comes in this package. There's obviously the sticks. This is the quick detach thing that goes on your rifle. And then in the back has the toolbox and all the screws and all that stuff. In here, there's two sets of Allens, two screws. There's a washer that's a spacer that is very important. Don't forget that part. So here we go. If I get my rifle out, check it. So it goes right on this part of the rifle, right over the top. Now, it's also, so you go, well, what are you going to do with the sling? Well, it actually has a hole for a sling. And I found if you put the sling hole in the back, it gives it leverage for the sling to be pulling down instead of over the top. So put our little washer on right here over the top. And what that does is it creates friction, space, and expansion for heat and differentiation like that. Okay, so one tip about that you can do when you put these, so I was struggling to get everything lined up, the bolt in there and all the two holes on the actual adapter and the two holes through this peg. So what I did is I unscrewed the peg one round. I'm going to put this thing on upside down, which then just gives me a little bit more space to get everything lined up. And then once I get it all squared away, I'm going to spin it that one last turn so that the peg's tight. So you can see now the bolt is going through really easy. Foam washer should take up that extra space, and those pegs are Loctited, and so they can take that. So that gave me a little bit more space by spinning that peg out. And then before I get it too tight, I'm just going to spin this. I'm going to tighten it. Everything's tight. You can see really, really tight. Now comes the fun part. They have the set screw. What the set screw does is it goes in through this top and it pushes pressure against everything. So it's dual pressure. So there's pressure going in and there's pressure pulling out. So it's completely solid. Doesn't spin, doesn't move. Engineered obviously for shooting long distance. You know, I prefer, and I've taken a lot of animals sitting on my butt. And a lot of guys are like, oh, it's prone's, better off. Well, if you have the option, yes, absolutely, 100% shoot prone. However, the problem is not always do you have the option to shoot prone. Maybe you're out here like this where it's flat as a fritter, or maybe there's grass. I've had situations where the grass is this tall. How are you going to shoot prone when the grass is this tall? You can't. It just doesn't work. So if you get up, sit on your butt, sit on your knees, something like that, you're able to shoot above all of that, get the barrel and the sight picture above all that. That's why shooting sticks, longer shooting sticks is what I prefer. Nice. So it's attached. Now these quickly, and you can put them on. The cool thing is you can put them on either direction. So you can put them on forward, slide them backwards like this, or you can put them on this way. So no matter what hurry you are, you can get them on. I have a tendency to get this in before the red zone, get these on, get them set. I also try and remind myself which direction to spin these, because you spin them, you obviously let them out. So make sure you know your gear before you go in the field, but that's it. And then you can separate them. And the cool thing is, like Swagger says, the sticks with moves, so you can move. It's first shot, and the animal moves. You aren't having to reset everything up. You can move and adjust for movement. Now, you predator hunters, these things are a game changer, because you can shoot and then shoot, move, and shoot another one. Absolute game changer. So let's now that we've put them on, I'm going to show you how I'm going to mock a stock, and I'll show you how I get them set up and set for me. I'm not going to use the taller ones. These are for if you really want to stand. They go to 72 inches. It's not something I use very often, but if you are in a situation, guys in Africa, if you want to take these, this might be a great option for you over there, where you're having to stand and that grass is, waist high or above. But I'm going to shoot with the shorter versions, and I'll show you how I set them up to where before I put them on in the red zone, they're set for me kneeling or sitting. So get them out of your pack, put them on. They lock in, ready to go. There's this nice little system here to keep them square. And then I set them, and I know this because I've used these so much, that if I extend this top piece all the way, that's my perfect sitting position, obviously. But one thing that I've learned over the years, there's a tip. It's hard to adjust them if you're having to reach all the way to the bottom. So I let the bottoms out all the way. That way, when I'm adjusting height, all I have to do is adjust these tops. So this is obviously way too tall. But with a quick adjustment, I can lower it down to where I need it. Close. Now, like I said, you don't want to do this. You don't want to be doing this in the red zone. You want to get these set up. I just took these out of the box. So you want to get these set up and close to your shooting position. And then red zone, you go in, you have these sticks, you click them on, go into the red zone, and you set up. Now, if you have some height adjustment, you can pick them up, push them together. You can significantly change the height. If you need to go down, you can widen them out. You can significantly go on out. The other thing is, guys are like, man, that doesn't feel real solid right there. But if you put your hand like this and you pull into, it's like having a grip on a gun. If you pull into your shoulder, see that? It's completely solid, completely. Like more solid than if I was shooting prone. Because you're pulling in, it's the triangle effect. You have weight down, you're pulling your weight back, or the weight of the gun back, and it just locks everything in. So that's how I set them up. I have been known, you'll see me where I'm going into the red zone, and I'm going in like this, set up, very quick. Set up, and I'm ready to shoot. In fact, it was so quick on my elk hunt that the camera guy didn't even hardly have time to get set up before I did. That's the Swagger Quick Detach Stalker QD42. They make them in a 72. Check them out. Let's just see how steady this new system is and see if we can pop a rock or something. Now remember, if you like gear reviews, you're a hunter, make sure you smash that subscribe button, hit that notification, and we'll send you a reminder of all the gear reviews that we have. Plus, we have a bunch of awesome hunting content.